All right, so I found the Minister Creek Trail system. Looks like it's going to be a climb right from the start, but I'm super excited to finally be here. I've been wanting to do this for 3 years. Summer's coming to an end very quickly here. We're in August now, and I might want to come back here in the fall time when all the leaves are changed, but I just wanted to make sure I at least get to get this in one time before summer's over. So, all right, here we go. There's some really cool things to see on this trail, and I'll record what I can, but I'm gonna have to be very mindful because there are bears here. When my daughter was here in the springtime, she actually, right at the beginning of the trail, they were sitting down and there was a bear right on the trail, and she got video of it. So got to be mindful. I also need to watch where I'm walking because there's tree roots in the path, big rocks in the path. So I'll record what I can, at least get the highlights of the trail to you guys. But here we go. I'm super excited. Finally hiking the Minister Creek Trail. And like I said, right from the start, we're going up a mountain, so it's going to be a tough hike. But I do think it's going to be worth it. I just hope I have enough time to do the whole South Loop. It's only a couple miles, but you can't always go by the maps, what the maps say. 2 miles can feel like 4 miles, or take as long as 4 miles, depending on the obstacles and the twists and turns, the uphills, the downhills. So depending on how long it takes, like I said, I might be able to come back on the middle loop, go out on the south loop, see the cool things, then come back on the middle loop so that I don't have to backtrack and I'll be able to see new things the whole way. But it is 1:30 in the afternoon, so I got to be out of here before dark. One, you don't want to be on trail at night. There's no light at all out here. We are in the deep, thick woods and mountains. And also don't want to be riding home through the mountains and forest in the dark on my scooter. So we'll see what we have time for. By the way, just a little note. I'm on my own today. I took a solo scooter ride. This is a solo hike for me. It's my first time hiking on a trail like this that's a little more difficult and in the deep, thick woods of the mountains. So I'm a little nervous. I do have a pocket knife with me. If I see a bear, I'm just going to be loud and scare it off, hopefully. But yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking for me, but I'm trying to get used to being able to do some things like this on my own because my boyfriend, he works a lot, so trying to get used to being able to do things like this on my own. So anyway, here we go. My first solo hike on Minister Creek. Whew, it is quite a climb. And like I said, this is just the beginning of the trail. And some trails are like this. I like trails like this. The hardest trails always lead to the best views of everything. So it's always worth it. But yeah, if you guys do trails like this, I don't recommend solo unless you're experienced hiking. Of course, it's always better, safety with numbers. Make sure you go well prepared. Have water with you, especially if you're solo. You don't want to get dehydrated. while you're out here hiking alone and pass out on the trail, because it might be a while before anyone comes across you. Sometimes on trails like this, I might run into one person or a couple people, but they're usually pretty vacant. So it's beautiful in here. So I'm thinking I'm going to be following these white diamonds. So we shall see. Beautiful little butterfly here. I never saw butterflies like this until we moved out this way. Look how pretty. It's like black when you look at it a certain way, but when it opens its wings, they're very blue. So beautiful. And then you can see the spots on their wings. Whoop. So yeah, everywhere you go out here, beautiful wildlife, beautiful butterflies, everything. All right, we've come to the first Y. So if you go straight, I believe straight, that path over there leads to the middle loop, and this left path over here, which is going uphill, leads to the south loop. So we are going to take the south loop and see how long that takes. And then if I'm doing good on time, I'll be coming back down this trail. So, all right, let's see what's up this hill. I can't wait to show you guys. I've never seen back here, but I have seen some videos. And I know there's some awesome rock formations on this trail. There's another trailhead that's like 6 miles away. You could start on the opposite side, but I chose to start this shorter loop because that's where the beautiful rock formations are going to be. So I can't wait to see it for the first time, and I can't wait to show you guys. One good thing is we're getting the tough part out of the way now, because hiking can become quite tiring. So it's hard if you have to do a trail that's downhill in the beginning, and then after you're tired out, you have to go uphill to get back. Right now, we're starting out going uphill. So when I'm tired later, I'll be coming downhill to get back. So yay for that. So there's actually 2 points of interest I'm looking for today. They're both like overlooks with rock formations. And once I reach the second rock formation, we'll pretty much be back to the main trail on the middle loop. So I can either choose to go down the middle loop and take that route, or I can choose to come back on the south loop and then just come back that way. So we'll see. It's going to depend on what time it is once I make it to that second rock formation. Just some pretty rock formations even just here along the way. We are still climbing uphill. But yeah, when you want to see amazing rock formations and beautiful overlooks, you pretty much have to climb to the top of the mountains. And that's how it goes. So, tough hike, probably one of the toughest I've done, because literally so far the entire thing has been uphill, and the phone doesn't do it justice. You can't really get an idea of how steep it actually is on the phone, but you could probably tell by my labored breathing that it's been quite a climb. So, but like I said, it's going to be worth it. Oh my goodness. And the hill just gets steeper and steeper as you go. Oh my gosh. Well, I have seen a couple people, so I'm hoping that means that the main attraction is coming up soon. We are still climbing uphill, but on the way up, there's this gorgeous giant rock right there. So pretty with the trees and everything. So, yep. We continue onward uphill. Big tree in the path here. Lucky for me, I'm a short person, so I can just duck maybe and get under it. All right, I'm crawling. Crawling under it, but hey, it works, right? What are you gonna do? I love when the trees' roots are growing around the rock. The tree is literally growing on top of the boulder. I just think that's so pretty looking. But here, as you can see, there's a lot of trees down in the path. I never let that stop me. But this is why you can't go by what the maps say. You can't just say, oh, 2 miles, half an hour, because you run into obstacles like this. So, of course, it takes time to get through these obstacles. So whenever you go on the trail, just remember that you can't really go by what the map says. Once you've done a trail a couple times, once or twice, then you have an idea of how much time you need to allot for yourself to do it. But when it's your first time on a trail, it can be difficult timing it. So, especially when there's obstacles that you have to climb under, through, or rocks you got to climb on. So, we'll see. We'll see how long this takes me. Okay, so I'm still at the fallen log, and I just noticed as I walked up to it, there's 2 paths. There's one going that direction to the right, or I can keep going straight. So I think this is actually the shorter path that leads back over to the middle loop. Like if you don't want to keep going on to the south loop to see the rocks. I could be wrong about that, but I'm thinking that might be that. So I think maybe we may be right here. So if we follow the path to the right, it'll lead that way. And then I can come back around, or I could go this way. But I think I'm gonna go this way, and then I'm just gonna go all the way around the loop. And then I should be able to find these 2 areas of rock formations where there should be overlooks. Let's see. I don't know if this is an overlook or just rock formations, but this on the map, it's hard to show you. It's definitely saying overlook. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going around the whole loop. Like, honestly, I thought the trails would be marked a little better. Like, there would be a sign saying, you know, rock formations this way or continue this way for South Loop or something. But so far, I haven't seen any of that. There are these little pink flags, though. So I think I'm just going to keep following the pink flags and hopefully it'll take me to where I'm going. We'll see. Right, made it through that obstacle. So the other tip that I have for you guys, something that I try very hard to practice, I always bring a pocket knife with me and usually a multi-tool because you never know. If something happens, you're not able to get out of the woods, that stuff comes in handy. You also can protect yourself with it. But also I like to bring a medical kit with me, or like a little emergency kit. So I have one that's meant for if you like get a cut or something, you can bandage yourself up, kind of stitch yourself up a little bit with like, there's like stitch glue or whatever, surgical glue. And I have one medical kit that has like a tourniquet, a temporary cast, a splint, because when you climb around on things, you're climbing rocks, you never know, you could twist an ankle or break an arm. So if I'm out by myself, hopefully if anything happens, I'll be able to patch myself up. So it's always good to be prepared. Even on easy trails, I usually take that kind of thing, but you just never know. So anyhow, we are continuing on the South Loop. It's so beautiful in here. I can't even explain the feeling when I'm in places like this. Just a very spiritual feeling. So I'm coming to a bit of a curve, and I do see some rocks. So I don't know, this possibly could be the first section of rocks. We're starting to curve around a little now. So I have a feeling the big rock formations that you can walk through, climb on, where there's an overlook, is going to be at the next section. But this is definitely gorgeous in here. Check it out. And of course, I got to go uphill. Continuing uphill. But this is beautiful through here. So yeah, I definitely think this is the first area of big rocks. Look how gorgeous it is. Beautiful. And we're just going to be following along the trail now, and it looks like we may finally be going down for a little bit, so might get a little reprieve from the climbing for a little while. So far I think we're making pretty good time, so we will see if I have enough time to do the middle loop or not. Got some more rocks through here. Oh wow. I love big rocks. So pretty. So I'm actually walking around this one. The trail's leading me around the rocks. Oh my goodness, look you guys. mountain everywhere. So yeah, this definitely has to be the first area of rocks. And there's my white diamond. It's the first one I've seen in quite a while. So we are definitely on the right trail. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous through here. Gorgeous. I wish you guys could see it the way that I see it with the plain eye. But everywhere you look, I am truly in the mountains right now. So beautiful. Wow. Look at that. I want to take a walk over there and just check it out a little so I can give you guys a little bit better scope. Oh my goodness, I think you can walk through here. I'm wondering if the path goes through there. Nope, it goes that way. But oh my gosh. Oh, look at the giant boulder up there. Wow. Yeah, let's take a look-see. Let's take a look. You know, I can't find something cool and not take a look. Because you never know, there could be caves up here or a cool place to walk through, like a crevice. But no, it's just a giant part of the mountain. Beautiful. It's already so beautiful, and we're not even to the best part of this trail yet. But so far, the entire trail has been so beautiful. I mean, just look at it. A lot of people, they do their videos and they tell you what trail they're on, and they never talk about how they're feeling when they're hiking and all this beautifulness. I mean, look at it. But it's so beautiful, and I can't even help myself from expressing how I feel when I'm in places like this. You get this feeling of peacefulness over you. Like, I feel like, even though I know there's dangers, there could be rattlesnakes and bears and everything. And even though I know that, I feel so safe. Like, the forest protects me, and I'm grateful for it. I'm just grateful that I even get to experience things like this in my life now. This is my life. I was living in a city. I was getting pretty riddled with crime, and you never have a moment's peace. And now I live out here. We're just minutes from my home. It's this beautiful, vast wilderness. And I'm just simply in awe with it all. So anyhow, moving on. Around every corner, there's just more mountain. So beautiful. Got some more obstacles to climb over here. Actually duck under and climb over, but so worth it. I'm glad we have the diamond markers now so that I know I'm on the right trail. It's always a little nerve-wracking if you're on a trail for the first time and you're not really sure if you're even on the right trail. It can get confusing if there's more than one path leading from the main path or whatever. So I'm happy that I'm now seeing diamonds on the tree. Oh my gosh. I just can't stop saying it. It's just so beautiful. I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is this not beautiful? It's such a magical feeling walking through areas like this. Alright, and see, this is what I mean. Like, sometimes the way the forest looks, okay, there's the diamond, but it almost looks like there's a path going that way around the rocks. It almost looks like there could be a path going to the left, going down, but I'm pretty positive the path is this way, straight through the trees. But when there's leaves covering and everything starts to look the same, it can be a little challenging to know if you're on the right trail or not. So if I see this white diamond, and I'm going to go straight, and if I see another diamond, I'll know that I'm going the right way. But I'm pretty sure, yes, this is the path. But do you see what I mean with all the leaves and everything, how it can be a little confusing, especially if you're inexperienced at hiking. But yeah, this is beautiful through here. Okay, I see an arrow over there. I'll show it to you in a second. So I think we have made it. We're now going to be done with this little area of rocks and heading around the loop. So, oh my gosh, you guys. Holy moly, no, we are not done with the rocks. Wait until you see this. I just came around the corner a little bit and oh my gosh. We are literally walking into the mountains here. The arrow's telling me to go that way, into the mountains, into the rocks. So, oh, it's beautiful. I do see a little cave or a recession in the rock up there. I love exploring places like that, but at the same time, it can be scary because you never know, there could be a big cat in there or a bear. But look all around me. This is like a rock climber's dream up in here. They'd be able to climb for days the different areas in here. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. Gorgeous. All right, we're going uphill again. But wow, you guys, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is what I'm telling you. Climbing the big rocks, it's a lot of work, but oh my goodness, it's been a tough climb and we still got a climb to go. But this is what I'm telling you. I notice a lot of people don't like to do these tough climbs, but I mean, it's amazing. I could literally climb around over there if I wanted. You could camp over there even if you wanted. You're allowed to disperse camp anywhere in here. And, you know, if you were hiking along, I'm gonna walk over here, but I'm gonna be very wary because, like I said, there could be bears or anything else. I'm going off the trail just a little bit, but I never leave so far from the trail that I won't be able to find it again. But I want to take a look over here so I can show you what I'm talking about right over there. That looks like it would be a great place to shelter up if you were caught out here in the middle of a storm. Let's see. Whew. Oh yeah, someone's already had that idea, of course, of course. And you can see someone had a fire down in here. Wow. Yeah, this is amazing. You kind of have some protection from the elements because you got the overhangs here. And it's kind of a hollowed out section in the rocks here. You could camp here. And oh my gosh, look over here. See, these are the places that can be kind of scary a little bit. I get a little paranoid when I'm in areas like this, but yeah, not a full-on cave, but just a overhang over there. So yeah, we'll see if I can see this other cave. But yeah, this would be a perfect camp spot. Really cool. And then also, I didn't show, but on the right side is this big rock formation with the overhangs, and then on this side is also a rock with trees and whatnot. So you're not even really being able to be seen except for from this direction here. So I'm gonna get back on the trail here in a second, but I just wanted to walk along this for a minute. Look at how cool this is. Wow. You can tell a lot of people have been walking up here because it's like a path in itself. We'll climb up here. I hope there's no animals in there, but you guys know I love caves. Other people have been up here to see the little rock tower. So yeah, it's not really a cave, just a big overhang. But I love checking out places like this. It's so interesting, isn't it? Yeah, perfect little sitting spot in there. So cool. So all right, we explored that rock. I know the other formations on the other side. There's an overlook, and I believe there's some areas where you can actually walk through the rocks. So I'm going to stop playing around and make sure I have time to make it over there. So getting back on the main trail now. Okay, we're back on the main trail now. And we are now heading back, not back, but we are heading uphill again. So this is a steep hill. So I'll go back to recording once I make it up the hill. All right, just came across our next little challenge here. We got these rocks to climb up. I see the arrows at the top of this hill. Really steep. I should be able to get up it without having to get on my hands and knees, but we will see. So it's really pretty. I like when the paths have rocks in them, even though it might make it a little more difficult, but actually people have been walking around it. Normally I do the challenging thing and I just climb for the exercise, but today I'm just going to take the easy path, which still isn't easy because we're still going up a steep hill. So it's kind of like their own natural stairs here going up the mountain. It's really cool. So yeah. All right, almost there. Whew. Tough climb. There's the arrows. So this can also be kind of confusing. We've got 2 arrows, but one is just pointing back the direction we came for people who started out on the other side of the trail. And one is pointing for me to go that way. So now actually, the cool thing is, all those rocks I just showed you, I'm walking on top of them now and along them. I'll show you if I can the view from the top of them. But my camera never gives very good scope. But yeah, you can see them on the top edge of them now. Trying to be really careful walking over here. You never know, there could be a crevice underneath all these pine needles and everything that you don't see, and the next thing you know, you're falling into a hole or a rock comes loose. But we are on top of the mountain. Pretty cool. All right, see, like right over there is the crevice. So if I wasn't paying attention, I could fall right in there. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. I just looked over to the right. And look at here. Oh my goodness. I can walk down there. This is amazing. It's not showing me. Okay, here's a marker. Trail could be going through there, over that. Or that could be the trail actually. So let's take a peek, but either way, I'm definitely walking down there. There's no way I'm not walking down there. Okay, so the trail is up here. But, oh, come on. I can't not walk through there. Let's see. Look how cool this is. You may not be able to walk all the way down there. But, oh my gosh. I gotta go check it out. I gotta. It is real steep though. So once I get down there, I'm gonna have this big thing to climb up. And I will have to probably get on my hands and knees to climb up it. And I'm gonna have to be real careful climbing down here. But come on, I gotta, right? I gotta. I don't know. I mean, I don't have to. I could just walk along the rocks and take a peek. See? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Gotta be real careful. So yeah, I guess I don't really need to go down there, but there's a crevice right there. Oh, look how beautiful that is. So yeah, I don't know if it's worth my time climbing down there because I can get a good view from here. And it is super pretty. Super pretty. Look at that. Gotta actually go across this little crevice so I can see if I can get a little bit better of a view here, if I can reach, but I gotta be real careful. Looks like there's a little cave over there, but I think I'll stay away from that little cave. All right, let's see. Oh, oh my gosh. This is so pretty. Look how pretty this is. So, since I still have a long hike ahead of me, I'm not going to climb down there. But wow, what a beautiful little hidden area in here. Beautiful. I'm going to get back on trail before I get too distracted here. Okay, so I can get back on trail, but I can walk over this way and get another view. And it'll take me around this obstacle. Oh, see, they actually have it cleared going this direction. So let's see what it looks like from this angle over here. Oh wow, there's a opening you could get through down there too. And there. Beautiful. All right. Let's get back on trail. It's so hard to time things out because this is what I've been telling you. Now, you might be able to do 2 miles and have it done quickly if you just hurry up and walk through the trail and you don't stop to take in all the beautiful things around you. But it always takes me longer because I gotta stop and look. I have to explore. I have to take it all in, especially if it's like my first time somewhere. I have to take it all in. Here's some more crevices. So maybe if I would have went down there, you could keep walking and it'll bring you out over here. But since this is my first time on trail, I don't want to deviate too much and get lost, especially since I'm here by myself. So we've got some more arrows here. Arrow is saying to go this way. So, and then there's an arrow pointing to go back the direction that I just came. So continuing on. Okay, I just can't stand it. So now that I know that this is going to lead back out to the trail, I am going to walk down here a little. This looks like a little bit easier of a way to walk, so I've gotta. And there's a diamond here, so it shows you that there is a path. This is part of a path. I just gotta make sure I come back out here and continue on the right path. But, so we can walk down here a little. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love when I get to walk in the rocks. It's so amazing. Also, it gives you the opportunity to get in the shade for a little bit, cool off. Maybe I could sit on this little rock and take a little break. But wow, I'm so glad I changed my mind. Oh, it's gotta be at least 10 degrees cooler in here. So, yes, absolutely beautiful. So, I couldn't skip out like that. I gotta be the one to actually get to show you guys everything. Like, I like to be able to show you everything. So, now yep, here we are. And it's actually saying that I can keep going that way. Yep, I can keep going this way. I don't have to go back that way. So, we're in here, you guys. This is so awesome. So, I'm gonna go ahead and walk down that way. So cool. It's a little skinny through here and there's a big step. So, I gotta be careful. It's not even a flat step either. Like it's angled. I'll tell you, sometimes I really do hate being short. It makes everything 10 times harder. And that's part of why when we're hiking, he's always ahead of me too. Because he's taller than me and he can get through areas like this very easily, but I have to take my time. So, oh my gosh. Just look all around me. So amazing. He's gonna be proud of me that I came and I did this trail on my own. Pretty cool. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. So, okay. So that was definitely the first rock site that I was looking for. And now we're going to be, I think this is the end of it for the most part. I don't know. I still see, yeah, I think we're going to be going back to the woods now. So, yeah. Oh, there's a big cave over there. big cave. I don't know, it might not be a cave. It could just be another overhang. Oh, we gotta check it out. I can see light on the other side of it. Oh, yeah. Let's check it out carefully. Oh yeah, so I could, the other way was probably just gonna lead me down this. Oh, this is pretty cool, huh? I can actually go in here. Wow, look how cool this is. So yeah, not gonna climb back up it though. I wanna stay on trail, so. But yeah, pretty cool. All right, we're getting back on trail now and we're gonna be headed off to the actual overlook. But I'm definitely glad that I was able to see these rock formations. Absolutely beautiful. All right, headed off into the woods. So, like I was saying before, you saw how long I just took at that little site. It's 3 o'clock now. I believe it was a little after 1. I'll have to verify the time, but it took me 2 hours just to do that little bit. And I can show you here where that rock formation was on the map. So I still got a long way to go, and it's already 3 o'clock. So that's why I never judge things by the mileage they have listed on the maps, because everyone walks at a different pace, everyone explores at a different pace. So just keep it in mind. If you want to do some hiking and you're trying to time things out, I always try to give myself double the amount of time that I think I would normally need to walk a normal, 2 miles. So the trail is so beautiful. This has got to be one of the most beautiful trails I've ever been on. And I can't wait to bring Richard back here so he can experience it too. Oh my goodness. This is another one of them areas where if there wouldn't have been a marker, it could get confusing, because I just walked this and then it kind of looks like people were walking down around that way. And there's a boulder here. I'm actually standing on it. And you actually have to go over the boulder to continue on to the trail. And you can see the arrow over here. So that's how I know it's this way and not down that way. Again, another trail going down that way. But We're gonna follow the arrow, and guess what? We're doing some more climbing. Oh, and it is a steep climb. Way steeper than you can tell on video. Oh, crazy. This is probably the longest I've ever had to go uphill on a trail. So, yeah, definitely going to take longer than you would expect to go a mile or two. Telling you, I see other people doing this in their videos, and they make it look so easy, especially, like, no offense to the elderly, but like older people who I know are at least 10, 15 years older than me. I can't believe how easy they make this look. I mean, I'm 46 years old, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little out of shape. Even though I do this a lot, I do have some heart issues and things like that, so stuff like this is a little hard for me, but I don't let it stop me. The challenge of it just motivates me more. I get determined to be able to do it. I just take my time more. I take breaks, drink a lot of water, and it might take me longer than some people, but I will make it. And that's all there is to it. I don't let the challenge stop me from experiencing all this beauty. Okay. I finally made it to the top, I believe. And judging from the sights around me, we're literally at the top of the mountain, you guys. Literally the top of it. You can see through the trees how clear it is. So I'm getting excited. Hopefully that means pretty soon we'll be to the overlooks. There's my next arrow pointing me in that direction. Of course, right from the door, there's another obstacle, but we'll get through it. Oh yeah, definitely got to be at the top of the mountain. All right, gotta climb over these trees. Okay, I think I'm gonna find somewhere shady that I can take a little seat and have a little break, maybe right here on this little log. But nice shady spot, so time for a break. All right, I've taken a little break, about 15-minute break, and now I'm back on the trail. And I think we're still quite a ways away. We're not even quite halfway through this entire loop yet, and it's already 3:20, so still got a ways to go yet before we get to the overlook. So I better get a move on so I can make sure I actually get there on time. But this is what I do. I see amazing things, and I have to stop and spend an hour just taking pictures and recording all the amazing things I'm seeing. And it starts getting me pushed for time. I do it every time, guys. But it's so worth it, you know? It's so beautiful in here. So as I'm walking the trail, you guys have probably noticed there's tons of mountain laurel. But it already bloomed for the year. But this has got to be beautiful when you're walking through here and it's all blooming. You guys have heard me say it in other videos. I just love how the landscape changes whenever you're walking out in the mountains. You go from like hemlock groves to mountain laurel to big mountain rocks and boulders. The landscaping is always changing, and I just think that's so magical. Also, just a little side note, I believe we are on top of the mountain now because I've been walking on flat ground for a little while. It's a nice break from the climbing. So hopefully this is looping me around now to my overlook, and then it's going to be all downhill from there. And that the way back will be a little bit faster than the way coming up was. Oh, look at these little seedlings. They're only about a foot tall, not even some of them. But I love seeing new growth in the forest. There's a whole bunch of little seedlings over there. So just good to see everything growing and producing. So different from the forests in Erie County where I used to live. Absolutely love it. I don't know if you guys can hear how that wind picked up. Also got to be wary of that. You got to be kind of wary of your surroundings when it's windy too. I hear trees like creaking around and branches creaking as the wind is picking up. So, you could be walking along and a branch could fall or a tree could fall. But so far I've had pretty good luck with that, huh? So I think we're getting close to the overlook because, as you can see, it's very open looking over there. I'm so excited. I hope it's the overlook. Just because I've waited so long to see it, not because I'm ready for my hike to be over, because it's nowhere near over. I still got a long way to go. But I'm glad that the trail is so marked. Like, it's marked so well that I don't have to feel nervous at all that I'm losing track of where I am or anything. So I appreciate that the forestry people do that for us. I really, really appreciate it. I don't think they're appreciated enough for what they do because, it must take them so much time. Okay, so we've met up where the middle loop meets with the south loop, and I just passed a couple hikers, and I'm told that we have made it to the overlooks. They're just right over here. So, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what it looks like over here. And then I think we're going to be headed down. See, there's a couple. This is what I'm talking about, how it gets confusing because there's a diamond showing you to go that way, diamond showing you to go that way. But I did see a sign that said middle loop, so we're not going to go that way. But let's see if we can figure out where this overlook is. Oh, yes. Okay. So we've got a sign here. All right. Middle loop, south loop. It's saying go that way for the south loop. But we just came from that way, so I'm going to figure it out. All right, so this is considered part of the north loop that we're actually getting onto now to see the overlook. So, oh my gosh, you guys, we made it. Oh my gosh. This is going to be amazing. Gonna be careful getting over here because we got some rocks we gotta walk down and up. I can't believe I'm finally getting to see this. I can't believe I finally made it. Oh my gosh, I can already see how amazing it is. And you could walk down there, or climb down there, I should say. But I'm not going to do that today because we're starting to get pushed for time. But I finally made it. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. Oh, I definitely have to come back here in the fall too. In the late fall when the leaves are all changing. Oh my gosh, you guys. I made it. Oh, wow. Look at this view. Look at this view. Wow. I'm on the top of a mountain, guys. First mountain I climbed by myself. I made it. I made it to the top. Oh my God. It's breathtaking. Now, to some people, this might not be seem like a big accomplishment because I realize it's only a couple miles, but for someone like me with a heart condition and other medical issues, this was an accomplishment for me. And I'm so grateful that I was able to make it here. Oh my God, just look at all the mountains. Mountains everywhere. I'm not brave enough to try to get over here, but oh my God, yeah, I'm definitely not getting over there. Look, I'm about to look down. Look down there. Wow. It just keeps going down. Wow. This is amazing. Way more worth it than I thought it was going to be. Look how beautiful. It just makes me so grateful to be alive, I'll tell you. Anytime I feel like life is getting hard, I can come to a place like this and just feel completely renewed. It reminds me why I came out here. It reminds me why I struggled so hard to climb a mountain. This is why. This is freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. Just, oh my gosh. Wow. So we finally made it to the Minister Creek Valley Overlook. And there it is, you guys. Okay, so I'm so happy that I was able to show this to you guys, but it is getting late in the day, so it's coming on 4 o'clock, and I'm gonna have to head back, unfortunately. It's so beautiful. I wish I didn't have to leave, but we're only about halfway there, and there's a long way to go to get back. And I still have about a 40-minute ride on my motorcycle scooter to get home, so gotta make sure I get out of the woods before dark. Gotta make sure that I get home on the scooter before dark. But oh my gosh, amazing, absolutely amazing. So we're here, and now we're gonna be coming this way and back. So you can see we're only about halfway. Got a long way back. I have to say, this is my first real bit of confusion because it's saying middle loop. You can see 2 different ways, or the south loop that way. But I just came from that way. And the South Loop should loop around. So I'm thinking if you came from the north, it's telling you to go that way. But, okay, so here's my dilemma. That's a white diamond over there. Okay. There's 2 white diamonds over there with the sign, and I'll go look at the sign again. And then if you look that way, there's 2 diamonds. So I'm thinking it's going to be these center ones. That's going to take me down back to the South Loop. But here's hoping. If not, I'm going to have to backtrack. But let's see what the sign says again. So, yeah, I believe I came from that way. And now we're going to be looping around. So let's see. So yeah, middle loop. So we definitely are not going that way. I am pretty positive that it's this way toward where the 2 diamonds were on the one tree. So here's hoping. So we are heading back and we're going downhill now. So yay, it'll be a little bit easier if I hike back. But I'm going to put my phone away because it looks like a storm could be coming in. The air has cooled down. It's getting windy. And so yeah, if I see anything of interest, then I'll record it and I'll include it in my video. But if not, I'm just gonna hoof it to the end of the trail. So that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I was thinking. Of course, this side is gonna be just as beautiful as the other side was. And I haven't been on this trail either, so of course I have to show some of it. But so we're going down these like natural stairs, but they added some wood here to make it a little easier. And we're heading down the South Loop now of the Minister Creek Trail. And it is beautiful. So if I see a scene that looks beautiful, I will get it on camera for you guys as well. Also, just a side note, another side note, just because we're going down now does not necessarily mean it will be easier, because you still have to be mindful of where you're walking because there's rocks in the path. And the steep areas, sometimes you have to actually take your time so you don't fall down the hill as you're going. So yeah, sometimes even going downhill can be a little challenging. So that's why I'm trying to be mindful of the time and making sure that I have plenty of time to get back. So peaceful. I love the peacefulness of the forest. It's the best place to go if you have kind of a chaotic life like I do. And by saying chaotic, that's not necessarily a negative thing. I am a grandmother, and right now I have my daughter and my two granddaughters and her husband living with me, and they are 5 and 4. So, and his daughter is also 4. So, you know, it can be a little chaotic from time to time. So it looks like we have reached we have reached the main path now. So now we're just going to be going down the trail, same trail that we came up to get here. But anyways, I was saying, you know, life is busy. It's fast, chaotic, you know, everyone's working hard. And I'm usually listening to children that are screaming and crying or being hyper, you know, their toys are making noise, and then we all have our own stresses that we're dealing with. And being out in a place like this, it gives you some freedom from all that. It gives you some peace and quiet. It gives you time. It gives you time to be able to sit here in peace and quiet and just reflect on your life and realize all the things that you have. Realize that there's still beauty left in the world. There are still things that you can appreciate. And yeah, it's good therapy. Hiking is good therapy. I say riding and hiking, it's a toss up for me. Riding the motorcycle or hiking in the forest and mountains, it's a toss up of which one I find to be more therapeutic. But so if there's areas like this in your neighborhood or near you, even if it's like an hour drive, it's well worth the time. And I don't know what else I can say, but that's how I feel when I'm out here. I feel freedom. And I feel like I'm part of the land. I'm part of the mountain. And it's just the most amazing feeling. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end my journey with you guys and get back to my scooter. Thank you for joining me on my hike. If you're new to my channel or my TikTok, because I always post here and TikTok, make sure you follow us. Make sure you subscribe to us. Hit your notification bells so you can be notified every time we put up a new video. And give us a big thumbs up or a big heart wherever you're watching us. And thank you. Thank you for joining me on my first journey, my first hike on the Minister Creek Trail. We'll see you in the next adventure.